it's clear that this president hasn't taken this matter seriously. He hasn't. I mean, I don't know. The whole government, the security service, it's like they have a very lackadaisical attitude towards the issue of Western Togoland. There's nothing like Western Togoland. Ghana's territorial integrity is a sovereign matter. No inch of this country must be ceded to anybody. Our constitution makes it clear that we must protect the territorial integrity of Ghana. It's one of the most serious things that the constitution deals with. And that's why when I was president and we had that maritime boundary issue, I did not sleep over it. I didn't want 1 inch of our maritime boundary to be ceded to another country. And so we took definite action. And you could see that there was seriousness in what we did. This Western Togoland thing, I mean, either our security services are so inept or so confused or inefficient, which I don't want to believe. Because I've been commander-in-chief before, and I've worked with these same security services, and I know that intelligence is very key and that they are good at gathering intelligence. This Homeland Study thing was there when I was president, and yet we had people who infiltrated them, and we knew at every stage, you know, what they were up to. But they were doing seminars and press conferences and things, you know. Now they are becoming a bit more, you know, bold, and the president must be taking bold action. You know, we saw some of the videos. I saw one video where there were soldiers escorting a car. There was a car in the middle, and these boys holding the flag were right in front of them. And I said, but why are they escorting this vehicle instead of arresting these guys holding the flag? Because if you arrest them, then you're going to be able to get some more intel on what their operations are. It looks like the whole government is not serious about this. The president himself is not serious about it. No senior person has gone to the area anyway since this thing happened. The Minister of National Security, when this thing was very topical and had become an issue, he should have gone to the area to boost the morale of the security services there. Instead, he was in Kumasi with the president, you know, commissioning a compost plant. What does Minister of National Security have to be in Kumasi with the president for? On a compost plant, instead of going where people are trying to see the part of your territory. There's nothing more serious than trying to break up part of a country. And that's what I'm saying. They are not taking this seriously.
You have been on that seat before as president.
Yes.
It's on record that the Attorney General decided to discontinue the case involving the first group of people they arrested. If you were president today, how would you have handled this issue differently with reference to how some people were arrested?
Eric, they didn't even explain to us why they decided to discontinue the case. There might be reason, but they never explained to us why they decided to discontinue. This came after reports that people in military uniform were seen training and they had hoisted a flag and all that kind of thing. Those arrests took place after that. So our assumption would be that these are some of the people who were seen training and all that. And they were brought to Accra, they were interrogated, they were put before courts. And then all of a sudden, the government decides we're not interested in prosecuting them, releases them back into the system. And today, when they get bolder, then you say, oh, we're on top of it. I'm president, I should not panic. If I panic, the country will panic. You know, who says it's not about panic. It's about taking an issue seriously. Nobody says panic. Nobody's trying to panic you. But you must hold your people accountable. Make sure that, these embarrassing things are not happening again. They come and put sand all over the place. They put Western Togoland flags and things. That's an insult to your sovereignty. And the point even is, it's misguided because Sogakope, North Tongu and things were never part of Transvolta Togoland. All those places, Dwapong was never part of Transvolta Togoland. And so there's not even any issue about that, And so to let a group like this embarrass you, this is an embarrassment. It's been reported in the international media. I was reading it in a French journal, about a secessionist movement, and all that. And it's embarrassing if we're not able to get on top of this. I think that the president must set up, and he must make sure that his national security apparatus is working properly. They must pick intelligence and act before these people, do anything else.
Now, before we leave this subject, that's your stronghold, Volta region. And the conversation in town is that it could be stage managed, it could be used as a decoy to deploy more people to the area to intimidate the indigents. Now, because that is one of your strongholds, what direct message or assurance are you giving the people there, including the chiefs, at least to make them aware that, look, beyond the promise the president is making, you as a potential president of this country is equally following and will ensure that the people can freely go out and vote on election day?
The attitude of the government is what is fueling those rumors, because the impunity with which these people are doing this thing, I mean, if the government was really serious, I don't think that they'll be able to have a field day like they're having. And so the rumor around is that this is a dress rehearsal. They will do a few more of these attacks and all that, and that the real thing is for election day. Election day, they will bring these Western Togolanders that the government controls to come and disrupt, you know, things in the Volta region, and they'll blame it on secessionists. That's the rumor going around. And if the president is listening, I'm telling him that's the rumor going around, because he's not showing any seriousness with the Western Togoland issue. It didn't start now. When they were training in military fatigues and all that, this is the first time the president is talking about this secessionist issue. Something that is so fundamental to your being president, because as president, you're the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. And the armed forces are responsible for maintaining the territorial integrity of Ghana. And so you are directly responsible for the territorial integrity of Ghana. This whole Western Togoland thing has been going on and on from all that time. This is the first time the president is making any comment about it. And I mean, we're not seeing any seriousness, you know, with the security services in terms of intelligence gathering, in terms of preemptive, you know, action to stop them from doing this. How could they block key points, you know, into your country? The Sogakope blockade, that is the Trans-West African route. And so can you imagine that a main international route, these bandits go and block it, whoever they are, whether they are managed by national security or they are really secessionists, you know, they should not be able to do that. And the reaction, they started at dawn. The government's reaction took place only much later in the morning, you know, and so for several hours they had blocked the roads, and you couldn't see that the government was responding fast enough. You must have a rapid reaction to things like this. We set up an emergency command center at the National Security, where these you know, informations are supposed to be coming, and you must be telling the relevant security service how to move quickly and respond. I don't know what they're doing with that emergency command center, you know, but it's an embarrassment to this government.